Mornings are my little slice of calm before the world wakes up. While I'm getting ready, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: finding joy in the ordinary. There's something really calming about this part of the morning. Just me, my mirror, and a bit of quiet. It's like a reset button, a reminder that before the emails, the meetings, or the to-do list, there's me. We're so often in a rush, racing through our days as if the faster we move, the sooner we'll get to happiness. But sometimes it's in these slower, quieter moments that we find what we're really looking for. I think back to when I used to skip this routine. I throw on whatever, barely look in the mirror, and rush out the door. I didn't realize then how much I was missing, not just in how I lived, but also in how I felt. These small acts of care, they're more powerful than we give them credit for. And maybe it's because in this fast-paced world, moments of stillness feel almost rebellious. To stop, breathe, and just be, it's a luxury we owe to ourselves. I often think about how much life happens in the in-between moments. It's not about the big milestones that shape us, but the quiet times. Like the laughter over coffee with a friend, or the way sunlight dances on your walls in the late afternoon. Growing up, I used to think happiness was the big, grand thing you had to chase. But now I realize it's in the small, seemingly insignificant moments. Like this one, just sitting here and focusing on blending my makeup. And isn't it funny how rituals like this can feel grounding? It's not just about the final look, it's about the process, the act of showing up for yourself even when no one's watching. Because let's be honest, most of us are so busy showing up for others that we forget we deserve the same attention. Sometimes it's these little things that remind us of our worth. And that's not vanity, it's self-respect. Somewhere along the way, I stopped waiting for perfect moments. Instead, I started creating them for myself, like this morning, turning an everyday routine into something that feels meaningful. There was a time when I thought routines were boring, but now I see them as opportunities. Each step is a chance to ground myself, to reflect, to prepare, not just for the day ahead, but for how I want to show up in the world. And I think that's the beauty of these moments. They're not about how others see you, they're about how you see yourself. It's about stepping into the day with a little more confidence and a little more grace. Now, in makeup, we sometimes apply highlighter. The highlighting on occasions is my favorite step. Not just because it adds that extra glow, but because it makes me feel symbolic. It's like a reminder to focus on the light, the good things, the little victories, and the moments of joy. It's easy to get caught up in what's wrong, what's missing, or what didn't go as planned. In life, how we often get frustrated, we feel depressed on the things we couldn't achieve, on the things we don't have. We keep on complaining and grumbling about ourselves. But this is a moment to focus on what's right. And sometimes that's all you need to shift your perspective. I like to think of this as my little way of carrying positivity with me. On my skin, yes, but also in my mindset. Because when you choose to see the light, you start noticing it everywhere, and everything will start appearing differently to you. I think we underestimate the power of small joys. Something simple as, applying your favorite lipstick shade, or the smell of fresh coffee, or even the sound of your favorite song playing in the background. These aren't just moments, they're anchors. They remind us that happiness doesn't have to be big or flashy. It can be quiet, simple, and still incredibly meaningful. And maybe that's why I love this part of my routine so much. It's not just about looking polished. It's about feeling like I've done something, however small. It's just for me. Do you ever notice how the tiniest changes can make the biggest difference? Even something like a quick touch-up, a spritz of perfume, or even just brushing your hair a certain way, it all adds up. These small acts, they're like whispers of encouragement for your life. To remind you that you're worth the time, the effort, and the care you put in for yourself. Now, when I think about how grateful I am for the mornings like this, trust me, they're not always perfect, and they've definitely not always calm, but they're mine, and I own it. It's me who decides how I want the morning to be, and how I want to take up the rest of the day. And that's the thing, I've learned to embrace the imperfections. Because at the end of the day, it's not about having everything together. Because you can't really do that. And trying to do that will make you feel exhausted. What you need to focus is about showing up, doing your best, and trusting that the rest will follow. Take every morning as a fresh start, a chance to show up for yourself, to appreciate the little things, and to carry that energy into the day. The rest, it's just details. So whether today is packed with meetings or filled with quiet moments, I hope you take a little time for yourself because you deserve it. And in the end, it's these small everyday moments that add up to a life well lived. Everyday moments, extraordinary meaning. Don't forget to subscribe for more little doses of inspiration. Wishing you a beautiful day ahead. Bye.